Hey guys, it's Liv, and today I will be talking about my personal top 15 favorite iOS 11 features. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the lock screen. It looks pretty much the same, except for instead of swiping down to get your notifications, you have to swipe up to get the earlier ones from today and days previous. Any other newer notifications will show up here, just like so. So when you install iOS 11, the first thing that you'll notice is that there are no labels on the dock anymore. No matter which app that you choose to put down there, the label will always go away. Another small thing, the iTunes and App Store icons have also changed compared to how they were in the older iOS version, iOS 10.3.2. And speaking of the App Store, it got a complete new design. To me, it looks a lot more like Apple Music, and honestly, I really wish they would have done the same thing with the iTunes Store, because the iTunes Store still looks like it did. Now, this is the very first developer beta, so I'm hoping that they will do the same thing that they did with the App Store in future betas. And probably my most favorite feature of iOS 11 has gotta be screen recording. You can access it straight from the control center right here and control whatever is on your screen. While on the topic of the control center, it got a complete redesign itself. It looks 100% different. I personally like it a lot, and I love how on each little icon you can 3D touch on almost everything. Here you can customize what exactly you want to be shown and the order that they're shown in on the control center. You can really get to customizing how you want it to look. You can either add all of them or have just a couple. One thing that I really wish that there was a toggle for was dark mode. They still have not made a dark mode. However, if you go into settings, under general, accessibility, display accommodations, they do have a new smart invert colors. Now it looks pretty smooth in the settings app. I love how it makes it all dark, just like a real dark mode should be. And when you go into photos, you'll be able to see the original color in the photo. But when you go to Safari and you want to Google pie, for example, and you get a picture of it, it really starts to look kind of funky, kind of like negative colors, even the people, and that's where it starts to mess up. And another example, when you go into Snapchat and you try to take pictures, it looks all negative and really weird. So aside from smart invert colors, it is better than the old classic invert. I just really wish that they would make a dedicated dark mode. It looks so smooth and I can't believe they haven't done it yet. So a few things that are really cool with photos. If you have a photo that you would like to use for something special, now you have the option to add it as a watch face. It says create watch face right here. And you're able to use any picture that you would like to, and this is how it would look on your watch. So now in live photos, you have a couple of really cool new options. So when you go to a live photo and you swipe up, you'll have the loop, bounce, and long exposure effect. The Maps app has also gotten a little upgrade, so it will now display mall and airport maps. It tells you what lane to get into when you're using the navigation, and in some cases, it will also display the speed limit. Going into messages, you now have a brand new kind of bar-like thing down here with all of your little apps that you've gotten of stickers. It's not here yet, but in this same area, you should have an Apple Pay option. It doesn't show up in this first developer beta, but person-to-person Apple Pay is also a feature within iMessage itself. So instead of using Square Cash or Venmo to pay people, you now can use Apple Pay. Now in the keyboard, if you press and hold on the emoji button, you now have two new options. Depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed, the keyboard will shift over to that side, making it very easy to type with one finger. And lastly, Siri got a minor upgrade as well. My favorite feature is that you can now translate within Siri. Hey Siri, how do you say sun in French? Hey Siri, is it windy today? Now moving over to the iPad, the dock has been reimagined. It looks just like macOS and you can add as many icons as you want. And now multitasking is even better on the iPad now. With a single swipe up, you can see our dock menu, and when you press and hold on an app and drag it to the side of the screen, you're able to use the other app at the same time. And split view is still a feature. If you just drag down on that little tab right there, you can still adjust how much of each app you want to use at the same time. And the same rule applies. If you want to use another app on top of both of these apps, you just swipe up again, drag the app that you want to use across the screen, And now you can use this app and put it back into split view if you'd like. And if you have some photos that you'd like to add to a note, for example, all you have to do is press on select, then press and hold on your first photo, add a few more if you'd like to, swipe up, and press and hold on the notes, drag it over, and then just release, and there go your notes, just like that. Now the app switcher on the iPad is a little bit different than the iPhone. When you swipe all the way up, you get the app switcher and the control center. Personally, I wish that these were separate things. I want to be able to access the control center without having to access the whole entire app switcher. In the Notes app, there's a few new features. So if I were to make a new note, you can now add document scans. And if you'd like to scan some documents, all you have to do is press on the plus, scan documents, bring in just any old paper, and take a picture of the part that you'd like. And then when you take the picture, you'll be able to adjust which parts you'd like to keep. This is a pretty bad example, but just to show you how it works. Now a really awesome feature that I love personally is the keyboard got a minor upgrade. So when you're typing some things out, when you get ready to use a secondary key, just drag down and it will type that secondary key for you. And now when you take a screenshot, it goes immediately to the bottom left corner. You're able to edit it and/or save it and delete it right on the spot. Alright, and those are my top 15 iOS 11 features. Now a lot of you are asking, should I download iOS 11 or should I not? Personally, I would not install it on your daily driver. I did, and it is a little bit buggy, but I can live with it until the next beta or 2 comes out. So if you have an iPad or an iPod that you can kind of test it on, I think it's a lot of fun to play around with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video and you want to see more like it. And as always, I hope you guys have a super awesome, fantastic, splendid, amazing day.